Hello everyone. So in this video, let us talk about the concept of screens. And I wanted to make this video because recently someone asked me to talk about the difference between workflow transition screens and the screens that are used in your project's issue type screen scheme. Now, there was a confusion because when people try to learn how Jira needs to be configured for capturing a specific set of fields from users, they try to use transition screens in the workflow, which makes sense. But at the same time, they also want to know, why do we have these three operations? So let me try to explain. So if you click on the button on top, so if you are a Jira user or maybe you want to create a new issue, you can create this issue by clicking this button on top. And by the way, this is applicable on both server and cloud. So when you click on the button on top, there is a screen, and this screen actually comes from the create issue operation, which is different from the workflow initial transition. So when you click on this particular button, there is a screen where you can, of course, capture the fields from the users. And when you click on the create button, the issue is created. Now this particular screen is controlled using the issue type screen scheme associated with your project. And the purpose of the issue type screen scheme is to basically associate or map your issue types to these different screens. For example, when you want to raise a bug, maybe when you want to raise the bug, or when you want people to raise a bug in your project, you want to capture maybe 5 fields or 15 fields. So that is controlled by modifying these screens, which are right now associated to these three operations: create, edit, and view. And this is actually great because you have this flexibility. When someone creates an issue, you don't really want to capture a lot of information so that they are not really annoyed. In the beginning, let them create the issue, and then later on, when they proceed further, ask them to fill up those fields when the right times come. And in the beginning, maybe you want to just capture a few fields. So if you look at this particular issue type screen scheme for this project called Android, for bug, and for bug, if you click on the screen which is right next to the create issue operation, right now of course I just have one screen, but you can have different screens. So if you click on this particular screen, you can then maybe modify these fields, which in my case there are a lot of fields, which is not really good. But maybe I want to let us add one more field. Let us make it a bit more complicated. So let us use this field called campaign type, right? So when you click on the create button on top, you will notice that when you select the project Android and of course the issue type bug, you should see this new field called campaign type. Now, if you change it to something else, maybe you want to change it to story, the form, the create issue screen will be different. So now we have different set of fields. So this is actually for the create operation. And similarly, we have this operation called edit and view when you're viewing the issue. But for transition of your issues in the workflow, you do have your transition screens, which are usually for the transitions that you make after the issue is created. So when you maybe move the issue from to do to in progress, or in progress to on hold, or on hold to in progress, or in progress to maybe done, you may have some additional fields that may pop up that you want to basically pop up and ask the users to fill in, maybe, or capture some additional information. For example, when someone is trying to resolve an issue, maybe you want to capture things like what was the final resolution. Maybe you want them to add a comment, or maybe fill up a field called analysis. So those things can be captured later on using transition screens. But in the beginning, when you click on the create button, there is a create issue operation where you have this screen associated. for that particular operation. And I thought I'll probably make a video on this topic to help new Jira administrators. So that is all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.